Welcome back to Gearwire.com. I'm Owen O'Malley. We're going to be taking a look at the Digitech EX7 Expression Factory. The Expression Factory models 7 different classic effects, effects that are normally associated with an expression pedal. This digital effect has a number of different output options. You can have it stereo output to 2 amps, a stereo output to a mixing board, or mono outputs to an amp and a mixer. There's a couple different output options. It's a mono input. It accepts a 3-function foot switch, specifically the Digitech FS3X, which we're going to be using for this demonstration because it makes accessing some features a lot easier. In this first video, we're going to be taking a look at the first 2 effects, which are the 2 wah effects built into this pedal, the Dunlop Crybaby and the Vox Clyde McCoy wah. So let's plug it in and check it out. So now for all these demonstrations, we're going to be running through a deluxe reverb reissue, 65 Deluxe. And we're also going to be using the FS3X foot switch, also from Digitech, and you'll see why this helps out a lot in just a second. Now to turn on the effect, we just step on the heel, or rather on the toe, like we would with any other wah effect. Let me scroll down all the way here. This foot switch here is basically going to be taking over for the model select knob, which is right up here at the top. And the first expression pedal that it's modeling is the Dunlop Crybaby. Now, each of these pedals is adjustable. Each of the parameters, or each of these pedals has adjustable parameters. This pedal right here selects the frequency range, or rather this knob selects the frequency range. So now we've got a much wider frequency range. Or rather a higher frequency range. So we keep it right in the middle, and that really more approximates the sort of traditional sound. This is the sort of Q intensity, or the sweep intensity. And then this is just the output volume right here at the end. Now, each expression pedal mode also has a corresponding distortion model. There's actually a number of selectable different distortion models. Each one has a default distortion model that's associated with the effect. Normally, without the FS3X foot switch, you would have to turn off the effect and then step on the heel. Now notice the LED is red instead. What the FS3X does is allows you to switch between distortion on and off without turning the wah effect on and off. So we just hit mode, and now we're just back to distortionless wah. Now let's move on to the next model here. We go up. This model is the Vox Clyde McCoy. Clyde McCoy was a trumpeter. When Vox first issued its wah-wah pedal, they had actually hoped to market it to trumpeters. Obviously, a lot of trumpeters don't use wah-wah pedals, but this is still named after Clyde McCoy. The actual Vox wah is a much different sounding wah than the Crybaby, but I don't really hear that much of a difference in the Expression Factory preset. It's maybe a little bit smoother sounding. The distortion model that's built in is the Proco Rat. Let's give that a listen. Definitely a different sounding distortion from the DoD. So those were the first 2 of 7 different effects that are built into this little pedal here. Stay tuned for the next video on Gearwire.com. I am Owen O'Malley.